Yes. Oh, hi. Welcome aboard. You are on AMA Stella's sailing of the Danube to the Christmas markets from Nuremberg down to Budapest. So first, let's take a look at the cabin. We're actually going to start outside on the deck, and then we'll tell you a little bit more about it, okay? Follow me. It's cold, cold.
But beautiful.
Beautiful. This is the Danube.
Yes, it sounds like a creek.
It does. There's a little bit of fog this morning, but it doesn't. Listen to that water. If you've been on a lot of ocean cruises, it does not sound like this. It just sounds like a slowly trickling creek.
And of course, the deck itself.
Okay, I'm getting cold, so let's go inside.
I got this.
All right, so this is a category B, and you'll see that it includes a full balcony. It also includes a French balcony with a small sitting area here with a table. You'll see that we're using that partially for storage. The bed, really comfortable bed. One thing I like about the size of this is we each have our own nightstand with storage and plug-ins with a lamp. So this worked really well for both of us. We were plenty warm. They provide extra blankets if you need it, but obviously you can set the temperature to whatever works for you. It is a really small cabin. When you think about sailing the Christmas markets, you're constantly bundled up. So we've been on the longboat now for what, 6 nights, and we're typically wearing long underwear, sleeves, fleeces, and hats, and our coats and boots, and there's not a lot of storage space. They do laundry for you here on the ship. It's pretty comparable, I think, to hotel laundries, maybe a little bit less than a typical hotel laundry service, but being that we spent 3 days in Prague before we transferred down to Nuremberg, we had a lot of clothes that already needed to be laundered, so we did a lot of that. But please pack minimally if you think that you're going to have a lot of bulky stuff. We each only brought 1 winter coat. I've seen people on the boat with a different winter coat every day. I don't know where they're storing that, but I will show you the storage that we do have. And I'm going to actually start here rather than the closet because there's some storage space out here. So there is a cabinet here where the vanity is. You can actually store some items here. Everyone gets a television that has internet access also. You get a keyboard. It's an Apple product, so you can surf the web if you like. This worked out really well for us when we wanted to watch our Seahawks game. We just streamed it on the internet, so that worked really well for us. Also, I want to point this out. Your housekeeper, Alexandra, wishes you a pleasant rest. This was waiting for us every time she serviced our room, which is twice per day. So that was just a nice little touch, I guess. Anyway, mirror, and one thing you'll notice here is, so far, we've been to 9 Christmas markets. The only place that we actually purchased 2 mugs was in Nuremberg. Fabulous market there. But we still have Budapest, so we still have Christmas markets to attend in Budapest. But something to note, and you've probably read this online if you've done your homework, is you purchase the mug plus the Glühwein or whatever it is. You know, there are more options than just the Glühwein, but you purchase your mugs plus whatever beverage you'd like to drink. And if you want to keep the mug, you keep the mug. If you don't want to keep the mug, you give the mug back and you get some money back. Most of the time, the deposit was $3, $3.50, $4, right around there, and so that's what you're going to get back if you want to give the mug back and just use that as a vessel for drinking. We chose to keep everything. And again, we still have Budapest, so I anticipate 1, maybe 2 more mugs here. So anyway, we're filling our Christmas mug inventory for our home, which I love. So a lot of things going on, and I don't want to spoil too much, but on the Christmas markets, AMA does some really fun things, and I don't want to give too much away, but you're going to get some fun little gifts that will be a surprise and a delight. So just know that on the Christmas sailings, they do some extra things for you. Santa arrives, and there's a special event associated with that, and some traditional German customs take place in honor of St. Nicholas Day. So there are some fun things that take place for adults that are fantastic. All right, I know this is going on and on here. We have more space. You can see we're using a drawer for storage here. We have a mini fridge. You see we have some leftover cheese that we put in there.
Cheese.
Water is replenished at no charge for you at all times all day long, so you're not going to have any shortage of water. It's fantastic. All right, now the closets. So here is the closet space. Lots of clothes hangers. We met some guests who said there just weren't enough clothes hangers. I guess that we just fold most of our clothes that are winter clothes. We don't hang a lot. But anyway, we've stored one of our suitcases here. We've got one under the bed. One thing I want to mention is because we've purchased a lot of souvenirs, we planned, and we bought a small hard case carry-on to take our souvenirs home and wrapping it in bubble wrap just to make sure we can get everything home safely. And the airline that we're on won't be charging us for that second checked bag. So it's pretty cool. So think about that, and maybe that's an option for you. Here you'll see more storage. It's looking kind of messy because it's the last day and stuff is no longer folded. But you'll also see that when you sail AMA Stella, you will receive a safe. Yes.
Even on the river.
Even on the river. It's right here. All right. And those are the blankets I mentioned before. All right. So let's take a look at the bathroom. Travel guide, go ahead and...
you each get a robe.
Yes. 2 robes. Each get a robe. The shower is a nice size, very clean, really a nice space. If you wouldn't mind pressing that button to display this window, this is one of those windows where, hi!
It's like magic.
We rarely used that. I mean, really, when do you ever want that open, right?
Ever.
Ever, ever.
Just a quick note about the outlets. These are both, standard European outlets, so we brought our adapters with us so we could charge our phones. There's also a couple of outlets over here on this nightstand, one of which is a standard US outlet, and I believe the other one is a British outlet. They also give you a nice little side nightstand clock and some reading lights, which is pleasant.
One other thing I want to add is we have had possibly the best cruise manager that I have ever sailed with, and that's John Riley, our cruise manager for this sailing on AMA Stella. That man is working hard for you. The service on this ship is top-notch, top-level. I think it's probably the best service I've ever experienced from any sort of a service type of organization, whether it's a hotel or a ship or some sort of an excursion. John Riley is top notch, and I thank him so much. Did a great job for us. Go Hawks!